All right, this year we have a bracket challenge for SDPN, and it's different from last year. You just click the link in the description. Whether you're listening or you're viewing, it's in your description right now, and you get to go up against us for major prizes. We haven't announced them yet.
Nope.
But they're pretty spectacular. Chris Johnson's going to join. Julian McKenzie's going to join. Producer Drew's going to join, so you can laugh at him and his terrible picks.
Gotta
Steve
beat
Jesse
him.
and I will, and we want you to be a part of the thousands that join the SDPN bracket challenge with the Spark app. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this, and we will give you some prize announcements as it goes on. But of course, the reason you're probably watching this is you need our expert analysis on what picks you should be making. Of course. So let's go with the Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. Now, Edmonton lost a major part of their cup run this offseason, losing Warren Fogle, losing Dylan Holloway, and losing Philip Broberg. They also traded Cody Ceci, and now they've lost another this past weekend. Matthias Ekholm will not play in the first round against the Los Angeles Kings.
And just turn the knife, Fogel's on the Kings.
That's what I mean. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah. And can the banged up Oilers make it 4 series wins in a row? Because they have beaten LA the last 3 years, which is kind of crazy. These two teams, by the way, have a huge history. They played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And the Oilers have only lost 2 of those series, guys. So what do we think about, let's just start with Edmonton in net, which has been a question all season. Jesse, are you confident, if you're Chris Knobloch, with Stuart Skinner and Cal Pickard?
I think Stuart Skinner, no one has ever been confident in what he brings to the table. But last season during the playoffs, he showed everybody that doesn't matter. He can deliver when things get hard, and he brought them all the way to the Stanley Cup final, 1 game away. And if you have a goalie that can do that, has proven to do that, you can go in and be like, okay, we might not be entirely confident in what he can do, but we know he can do it.
He Binnington'd us.
Yeah.
He just decided to turn it on one day. So all the numbers say I'm awful. I'm great now.
Right. So
I'm great now.
You have that. You know that proof concept. This guy can get you to the Stanley Cup final. So whether you hate him or you like him, he can do that.
You know, his tenure in Washington was pretty bad. Bad enough that people forget Darcy Kemper won a cup with the Avalanche in 2022, and he's had an extremely good season with the Kings.
When you look at these two teams playing again, the Los Angeles Kings have a lot of metrics in their favor this year. They've made some really smart moves this offseason, including the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade, which brought them Darcy Kemper, and that's just worked out for everybody. Everybody's happy with that trade.
Hell yeah.
And it's given the Los Angeles Kings a goaltender, which they really didn't have in the way that they wanted to have in the previous years against the Oilers.
No, they were spending big on Jonas Korpisalo.
Right.
Like, they needed this guy.
40 plus 42 goal differential. Compare and contrast that with the Oilers, who are a plus 25. I know it's sort of a plus minus stat, but that's team stat. Yeah. And I think that sort of matters. There's been a huge improvement in net this year. Do you give the edge to the Kings finally in this category? Because it gets Kemper and Big Save Dave.
Yes. Big Save Dave. Oh, the backup.
Dave
I was
Rich.
like, it's not Dave Skinner. I was very confused. I give the edge to the Kings in this category, but I mean, goalies are absurd. So it is possible Skinner outplays Kemper, but I don't think so.
Now, let me give you guys the Oilers' defensive lines as we know them right now. Okay, because this can obviously change come playoffs. But Ekholm is not going to play, so it's Nurse Bouchard, Kulak Eberson, Cam Dineen, Josh Brown, or some combo of that.
Yeah.
Versus Mikey Anderson, Brant Clark, Vlad Gavrikov, Jordan Spence, Drew Doughty will be in, and it doesn't really matter beyond that.
With the Oilers lineup, just throwing like Jake Wallman will probably be in there.
Jake Wallman will play.
And Stetcher might be in there. So.
Oh, I didn't say Stetcher? I meant to. Oh, yeah, Stetcher's in there. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
They have options.
Yeah.
They have options.
So who do you like better?
Well,
also Klingberg. Who knows?
Well, he's on LTIR.
Wow.
As of now, he's on LTIR, but you're right.
Man, I forgot that was a thing.
Right.
John Klingberg could just show up and be bad.
You're right. Yeah, he could show up and be himself. It's crazy.
Man, I completely forgot that was the thing. We were having this debate. Like, obviously, if the Oilers were to lose Draisaitl and McDavid, that's your 1 and 2 most important guys. Ekholm might be 3. Like, he's so important. Like the team turned such an obvious corner the moment they got him. Oh man, they're terrible defensively and they're still not the greatest, but then they get him and the defense was good enough. It just needed to be good enough. Didn't need to be great. Dude, why do we need a great decor? We have like the craziest bunch of just wildebeests in the world here with McDavid. McDavid's missed like 20 games. He's still going to hit 100 points.
Right.
Draisaitl is, potentially having a Hart Trophy caliber season, but losing Ekholm, it's a big deciding factor for me in who I'm going to pick.
Right. Okay. Jesse, thoughts?
Yeah, no, with the Oilers D, it's
Is it good
better.
enough? Could it be good enough?
I think it looks better than people give it credit for.
Walden was smart.
Yeah, they have a lot of pieces there that I think are like they're good. It's solid. I'm not like the Oilers D stinks. They need a whole bunch of new guys in there. But you look at the Kings and what they're bringing to the table, and I'm like, that's the perfect mix of young and old of offensive defense. You love Doughty and Spence and Gavrikog and Clark, and it all kind of meshes in perfectly. And I have to give them the edge.
Okay, so then,
especially with Ekholm out.
I guess my question would be, you're giving the Kings the edge. Obviously, you can't give them the edge up front if McDavid and Draisaitl are healthy, but they haven't been. And I know McDavid's come back and done really well.
Yes.
Draisaitl too, but the injury persists, and it looks like he just, like a lot of players this time of year, you're going to be somewhat injured somewhere.
Frederick, we've added, we've subtracted.
So, are the Edmonton Oilers healthy enough to get an edge on the Kings in the offensive department with the forward groups?
I don't think so. I think the Oilers have to drag them into the muck. I think guys like Darnell Nurse are going to be extremely important the first couple games of the series.
Evander Kane might be back too.
No way.
He's taking the ice. He's on the ice right now as we speak.
Well, then add him to the list of guys who are going to be important because I think you have to drag the Kings into the muck. This is what I said about the Kings in previous years, but I see them as the favorite now. So the Oilers, if you can be enough of a nuisance, if you can batter these guys, even if you drop 2 of the first 3 games of the series, if you drag this thing out long enough, eventually it's going to get too difficult to keep up with Leon and Connor.
Jesse, what do you think?
I don't think you can ever rate a forward group with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl behind any other forward group in the NHL. Like, to me, when they're together, it's always number one. I don't really like the
ice
job,
time matters.
Yeah,
the job is so easy when you're the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers. It's a shame when you can't just put a great team on the ice because you have those 2 players. And even if Leon Draisaitl is injured, he's still going to be one of the best players in the world because we've seen him without an ankle.
A foot.
He didn't have a whole damn foot, and he was still the best player on the ice at times.
Like 3 or 4 points a game.
By the way, he led that year. That's 2023. He led NHL goal scoring until the last game of the finals, and he was eliminated in the second round.
Yep.
That's
I don't care if they have injuries or not. Those 2 guys find a way. So I think edge in the forward group for me is Edmonton.
Okay, so then my question will be, gentlemen, the Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers are going to play for the 4th straight year. LA Kings fans are a little more tired of this than I would think Oilers fans are. I think Oilers fans like it just fine. Is this the year the Los Angeles Kings win? What are your predictions?
For the Kings, I like their depth, and underratedly, we haven't mentioned this yet, beef. They've had 4 players play for them all season long who, at least according to HockeyDB, are listed at under 6 feet tall. And all 4 of those guys are listed at 5'11". They're a big team. I'll never write the Oilers off. I was tempted to say Kings in 4 or 5. But Edmonton showed so much fight against Florida last year. I can't do that. I'm going to say Kings in 6.
Jesse.
I'm going Kings in 5.
Wow.
Quentin Byfield didn't have a great start to this season. and we forget how young he is. The dude is still 22 years old.
Yeah.
He's still got time to find his own. And I think this series and this playoff mini run for the Kings here will be his coming out party. So look out for him to just go 1-for-1 with McDavid and Draisaitl. Who
Get
knows?
out of here.
But,
No way.
I got Kings in 5.
It will be Jeff Skinner's first ever career playoff game. He's played 15 years.
Good for him.
He was finally getting in, but I think he'll only get 5 this year as well. Los Angeles in 5 is my prediction. Now
Wow.
leave yours in the comments, and don't forget, join that STPN graph challenge. What am I calling it? Graph challenge?
Bracket.
Bracket
You can
challenge.
make it into a graph if you want.
Sure, it could be that too. Check it out.